Morris West, and I am a national sales rep, specifically Tennessee, the states of Tennessee and Virginia for Thinking Maps. This is my 22nd year with the group. And what we do with the Thinking Maps, basically, it takes the research on concept mapping, mind mapping, brainstorming, but we work specifically with 8 thinking skills, and each skill is represented by a map, a visual representation of that map. So the kids use those thinking maps in all content areas across all grade levels. We work specifically with whole schools and whole school districts who are looking at improving the critical and creative thinking that's going on in the classrooms. We also have a frame of reference that goes around each of the 8 maps, and it's the metacognitive frame where kids answer the questions, where did this information come from? What is influencing your thinking? Or what's the big idea? Why do I need to know this information? So it's like the summary frame of reference. So it is a visual strategy. It's not a program. It's a common visual language that whole schools and whole districts implement and then maintain and sustain for year after year after year. So when we talk about Common Core standards or state standards or TEKS or SOLs if you're from Virginia, it doesn't matter which standards you're teaching. The teachers identify the thinking, the cognitive vocabulary, and the verbs that are written into those standards, and it's very easy for them to then plug in the thinking maps both as instructional tools and formative assessment tools to assess the standard. Does the student have they mastered that standard? The kids use it for note-taking and just for taking that abstract, their thinking, and putting it out in a form where they can say to the teacher, see what I mean? And answer that question. It's extremely valuable for English learners because they are under the pressure of not only learning English as a formal language, but they have to learn that academic language so quickly, that language of the test that they're going to be tested on, whether they're taking a proficiency test or whether they're taking an end of course or end of grade test. So with the thinking maps, we actually align the maps with the language proficiency levels. So what does a double bubble map look like with a level 1 English learner versus a level 5, someone who's mastered English as a conversational language, and they're learning that academic vocab through the maps. Oh wow, we're here in Metro Nashville in 38 schools that are high ELL population. We have district-wide implementations in Cherry Creek, Colorado, which is one of the top school districts in the state of Colorado. They definitely have the top ELA scores in Colorado. We saw their group earlier. We are in LAUSD, Los Angeles USD is a huge project. We've been working that project for almost 10 years. And again, through their language acquisition branch, because again, they have so many English learners throughout that school district. So Thinking Maps is very popular in LA, Southern California. Texas, all over Texas, and we have an office in Keller. So we're kind of based outside of Dallas, and then we have an office in Cary, North Carolina. So North Carolina is a big Thinking Map state for us as well. Because I'm a visual learner, and I didn't have teachers when I was a student, both at the K-12 level and at the college level, that use visuals. And so I would create my own maps. I would take the linear text, the notes I had taken in a lecture didactic class, and I would go back and make my own maps. I would cut and paste and try to make figures or form some type of picture or snapshot of the lecture notes so my brain could remember it longer, because I was a visual learner. I am a visual learner. So that was the first attraction, but individually it was the bridge map. The bridge map is for teaching analogies, for understanding analogous thinking, and the bridge map absolutely blew me away because I had always struggled with analogies. I didn't have a teacher that ever taught me how to approach or attack an analogy. It was always this is to this, as is this to this. So with the bridge map, you take is to out of the equation and you insert the actual relationship. We call it the relating factor. But you insert the relationship and then you state it in a whole sentence. So it would be A precedes B in the alphabet, just as C precedes D in the alphabet, versus A is to B as C is to D. So it clarifies that and helps you understand that analogous relationship much better. Well, just about this conference specifically, this is my first time at National Learning Forward. We used to do National Staff Development Council, which is the original group, and we love these people. These are our people because what we do is driven by professional development, and we now have moved to a blended approach. So we're not just doing live trainer, live consultant with teachers and leaders. We actually have online courses. So we have a blended approach where we have online PD. that teachers can take in their own time. They can take it at home. It fits beautifully with that PLC, that professional learning community model, that cycle that is Richard DeFore's work. And so we're just excited about the next few years because we're going to be able to get the information out to teachers and the training out quicker.